Good morning, everyone. It's Dr. Antonio from Still Point Ayurveda coming at you with another update on seasonal cleansing and topic of discussion. And so I need to sort of do an addendum, amendum. So the addendum is that because of the inconsistency and the erraticness of the current climate conditions, where normally as we're transitioning from Vata season to Kapha season, we're coming out of one aspect of winter into the level of winter that's changing in qualities. Normally, historically, there was a consistency to how that progressed, though there would be a little bit of turbulence because with any transition, there's always some kind of change, fluctuation, turbulence. But in this case, the weather is very much inconsistent and it's irregular for this time of year for specific areas of the country. I think specific areas of the globe because of all this global warming that we have to accommodate and take into account. And so using Ayurvedic principles, we have to understand how adaptable these principles are to the present moment, present state. So even though we might refer to Ayurveda as an ancient medicine, that's a misrepresentation, misunderstanding, and it's basically rooted in like New Age philosophy that Ayurveda is an ancient science. We have to correct that first, remove that from the vocabulary that it's not an ancient science to the degree that it's just something that's archaic and doesn't pertain today to today. It is rooted in science, and science that has principles that have been established for thousands of years that gets applied to current state, and it's evolving. It's not old, it's ever evolving, so it doesn't have that sense of restriction. And so because of this time of year where in the past couple of videos I've talked about preparing for a seasonal cleanse properly, you cannot. It's not appropriate right now because the digestive system is trying to stay on top of the weather changes itself, from hot to cold to dry to moist to extreme temperatures of cold to extreme temperatures of warmer than normal from day to day to day. And the digestive system is trying to adapt to that, so to do any kind of cleanse this time of year would not be appropriate. It would actually cause vyapats, which would be considered complications, and actually not produce the positive outcome that would be normally achieved through proper cleansing during certain seasonal transitions of the year. So we'd have to move that basically up to March, so that there is more consistency unless we get a series of blizzards, and then that would just continue to verify how the climate is just very erratic and Earth is trying to really sustain. So let's hold off on any kind of cleansing. If you're in any cleansing program, if any program is promoting cleansing protocols or doing a 30-day cleanse and things like that, it is not appropriate. It's not scientifically correct according to Ayurvedic principles, and it has to be paused or stopped or weaned out of appropriately so that there is less stress on the system, less stress in the body, so that there are less complications that are going to develop. As we are progressing into Kapha season, it is understandable in Ayurveda, Ayurvedic Siddhanta practices, that we're going to approach the qualities of cold and heaviness a little bit more regularly, because that's what happens during Kapha season. And as the sun increases with each day in sunlight, although here in Philadelphia and parts of the East Coast has been seeing a lot of gray as a consistent sort of daily climate. Not exciting. And understanding that as we're going into Kapha season, that people that have Kapha predominant issues or are Kapha pradhan and or are Kapha pradhan in Prakriti or Kapha primarily, that this is the time of year that those symptoms would increase. And in some cases, it actually would have started late December, moving into January, and will continue to worsen. So people that have tendencies towards upper respiratory issues, cardiovascular issues, sinus congestion, cold tendencies, asthma, things like that, indigestion, those kind of things, and those types of individuals will increase this time of year. And so we have to do and implement things that are going to be in the opposite quality. There's this quote from Shushrut, which is one of my favorite quotes in Ayurveda, that I will gladly share with you. It's from Sharirastan 432. So Shushrut, Sharirastan 432. And it is, pundarikena sadrasham sadyado mukham jagratatasvatvi kasati swapatascha nimilati. What that says is that the heart is like a lotus, and that when we first wake up in the morning, the natural tendency of waking up as we naturally wake up, anywhere after 5 o'clock, is the natural time of day, and the heart is like a lotus, so that when it opens with the day, and then as the sun sets, it prepares to close for the day. That's basically what that quote is saying. And so what that is implying is that daytime sleeping, unless there are certain conditions like of illness or of being elderly or suffering from any kind of conditions, or you're pregnant or things like that, or your child or baby, that daytime sleep this time of year is contraindicated. Diva Swapna, it is called. And daytime sleep is not just about taking a nap after breakfast or after lunch, or before dinner, or midday morning, midday afternoon, but it is also about staying in late in bed in the morning. Diva Swapna. So, in a healthy organism, in the body, there's an understanding that when we wake up in the morning, the eyes open, the heart starts to circulate so that we can engage with the day. We should wake up and get out of bed and go, because the heart is beginning to open like the lotus. To force the lotus to shut and go back to sleep, especially as we approach 6 o'clock to 10 o'clock, which is kapha time of day, AM and PM, this is contraindicated, especially in those individuals that have kapha-related issues or kapha constitution during kapha time of year. 1 + 1 + 1. We have conditions that will accumulate at a faster rate this time of year in these cases. And so sleeping in late is not ideal. It will create what's called a dravaguna, which is a sort of liquidy, imagine like a consistency of magma or lava during the day that is accumulated in the arteries and the channels that create stress and strain on the heart, which will stem from digestive dysfunction, suppression of cardiovascular function. So this sort of backing up that starts from digestion in the heart and circulation will accrue over time, and much faster in people that are of kapha predominant or kapha pradhan issues. And so sleeping in late in the morning will only increase these qualities. That's sort of the physics, the physiology of the doshas that exists in all of us, depending on the ratio and proportion, and corresponds to the seasonal cycles and daily cycles. And so sleeping in past 6 o'clock, 7 o'clock, 8 o'clock will make the body feel heavier when waking up. Digestion will feel more impaired and lessened, of course. And so as part of this idea of cleansing, instead of cleansing, let's do proper preparation that aligns with the seasonal change, knowing that we're going to build up to a cleanse in several weeks. But right now the simplicity of it would be getting up as soon as the eyes wake up. And what determines the quality of sleep is the time you fall asleep. So Ratri Jagarana, staying up late, would obviously affect the next day. Metabolism, energy, motivation, clarity of mind, all of these things would be affected the next day. Cravings might increase, the necessity for sugar, things like that. Coffee, of course, the later you stay up, then you're going to offset with natural time, the prabhava of the morning of naturally waking up. It's mostly important to go to sleep at least around 10:30, so that there's a natural inclination to wake up anywhere from 6 to 7 to 8 hours after that effect, which will make it easier to wake up around the kapha time of day or just before, so that we prevent incurring the accumulation of these qualities in the physiology, which will present as symptoms as indigestion, bloating, gassing, sluggish stools, dryness, heaviness, lethargy, inertness, things like that would occur by sleeping in the morning. So going to sleep at a certain time will guarantee waking up more than likely, in most cases, at the proper time, so that we don't achieve the negative qualities or effects of the doshas and how they're circulating throughout the day. So one aspect of cleansing is that. Then obviously, being aware of the hunger cues, if there's hunger for breakfast, yes or no, and if no, then don't eat breakfast. Don't make it happen. Don't force it. You will increase what's called mandagni, which is a defect in digestive capacity that will create this ball rolling and domino effect of negative health issues. So we will leave it at those 2 points. Be aware of the sleep. Be aware of not sleeping past 6 or 7 in the morning. Be aware of waking up when the eyes are ready to wake up as the heart starts to open as a lotus, and get ready for bed at an appropriate time. And be aware of the portions and your hunger cues. Once that starts becoming more aligned, that will create a better opportunity to support proper cleansing and proper health, and just maintenance overall. I will continue from here in the next video, talking about some other aspects of how to prepare the body so that we can actually cleanse properly and in general maintain health. But for now, I will leave you all, and I hope you have a great day and in good health. And just know that I'm here to support you, and feel free to private message me. I am based out of Philadelphia, and I also do telehealth sessions with many people around the world, which is great. Thank goodness for Zoom. And I look forward to hearing from you, and have a great day. Namaste, everybody.